I suggest you disregard this entire video because it's all a lie. The highly regarded Motor Trend just published an article titled GM and Ford poised to take and eat Tesla's lunch over the next 4 years. If I believed that Tesla was in an unprecedented massive increase in worldwide production from 4 new state-of-the-art factories and a major upgrade of the Fremont factory and its technology, then it would bring into question Motor Trend's veracity, perhaps even implying that they could be biased against Tesla. So like I said, disregard this video. This article couldn't possibly be true. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. I was just sharing with you a comment from a reader of this article, which implies that reality is a bit different to what Motor Trend, Mary Barra, and Bloomberg NEF actually think it is. Well, and the CEO of Ford, Volkswagen, pretty much everyone else in the automotive industry except for BYD. But anyhow, Tesla has filed with the city of Austin to expand Gigafactory Texas with a giant new 500,000 square foot building at the site, which sounds massive, but put this into context, right? The current building size is 4 million square feet. They're increasing it by an additional 500,000. Now, the interesting thing is, right, that from what we can see from the filing, it looks like Tesla plans on building 2 new production lines in this factory. So Tesla's gone, nah, yeah, we just built one of the biggest factories in the world. Not big enough. We need 2 more production lines, another 500,000 square feet. This level of size, it's so insane, right? It's so long. I mean, it's 2 miles long. It would take you, let's say you took a lunch break, right? Let's say you worked at Tesla and you took a lunch break, you worked at one end of the factory. Let's say your girlfriend worked at the other end and you're like, I'll just run down and see her. That's a 4-mile round trip. But now, right now with this new 500,000 square foot facility, well, it could be even further. But I'm going to guess it's going to be built next door. And it should be. It makes a lot of sense. The land size there is astronomical. Now, put this in context. Tesla's current building is equivalent to 15 city blocks or 3 pentagons. 3 pentagons or 15 city blocks. It offers over 4 million square feet of space, fits about 338 million cubic feet of volume. Now, what I find interesting about all these numbers is because I'm sure you've seen the interview where Elon talks about wanting to use up every bit of space inside the factory. He talks about the volume utilization and how important that is for cost reductions. So how do they plan on using up all the space inside? I'm really intrigued on this. It's going to be so interesting to see the drone videos, how they do the fly-ins and then fly-outs and all that stuff, and see how they use the space once all of this has been built out with the gigacastings and everything they're doing. It's going to be really interesting to see. Regardless of how big it is, Tesla has a huge amount of room to actually expand and grow, considering it's sitting on a 3.3 square mile piece of land. 3.3 square mile piece of land. It's a lot bigger than it sounds. Tesla this week filed a building permit to expand on the land with another very big building. In the description for the permit application, Tesla said, all above ground piping and underground plumbing, GA2 and 3 expansion, 500,000 square foot. A 500,000 square foot new expansion would be a significant new building at the factory. GA normally refers to General Assembly, meaning that Tesla plans to build 2 new assembly lines at that new building. Fred from The Electric says it's not clear if it would be to increase production of the Model Ys currently being built at the factory or if Tesla plans to use the space to build new models that are supposed to come to Texas next year like Cybertruck or Semi. I even think it could be to build a different car. My prediction is the Tesla Model A, Model 2, I think there's going to be like a hatchback size car. That might not come to the US, but I think there's going to be, that'll be more for China. But I think there's going to be the same variant of that, but jacked up. So it'll be like a Bolt EUV, but a better looking version. You know, something like a smaller version, like something like the BYD Atto 3, a similar car to that. But then, of course, for China, they would have two models, the hatch version that might be a bit cheaper, have less range, and then the version that's jacked up, which would be more for the people who love SUVs, which is, you know, all the West, us Westerners. We love our cars, just have a little bit of plastic on the sides, make them look like pretend SUVs, and we buy them. We buy them like crazy once they manufacturers do that to them. It's funny, isn't it, how we are? It's kind of mental, to be honest. Anyway, Tesla's not saying much about the production ramp of Model Y at Gigafactory Texas, but I recently reported that insider information suggests production is now at a few thousand a week for the first time. And considering we now have production numbers for Q2, right? 265,000 for the quarter. But more importantly, Tesla said they hit an all-time record in June. Most deliveries in history, most production in history as well. You can see things are ramping. The other thing is to remember, of course, like I keep going on about, Tesla's saying their production will have ramped from 15,000 to 22,500 per week in Shanghai. That's going to make a big difference as well. Now, obviously, Tesla's saying right now the big bottleneck in Texas is, I don't know if this is true, but they're saying it's 4680 cells and the structural packs, and that's kind of slowing things down. But I'm not sure that's really true, because if you think about it, in Germany, they don't have either. They don't have structural packs or 4680 cells, and their ramp up is actually going slower than what it's going at Texas. So maybe that's just a natural, you know, production shortage in general. That's what I'm thinking is more likely, but who knows? Gigafactory Texas is one of the world's biggest factories. That's not only because Tesla wants high volume, says Fred, but because they want to be vertically integrated down to battery cell production at the site. Tesla's been ramping up production on 4680 cells at the factory, and it's even adding a cathode processing plant on the same piece of land. For those people, you've got to just like stick your face in the mud. For all the muppets, all the clowns who had no idea what they were talking about, and they kept saying, so many times, they kept saying, right, vertical integration doesn't work. I told you it doesn't work. If it worked, then everyone else would be doing it. It clearly doesn't work because, Toyota doesn't do it. They just get another company to make their entertainment systems. They get another company to put all the parts for them. So they just buy it from those companies, and that's what works. Yeah, well, you were wrong, clearly. I mean, who are the fastest companies in the world that are ramping up production of not only EVs, but just cars in general right now? Well, clearly, we know who they are. Tesla and BYD. Who's the most vertically integrated? BYD, clearly. Tesla, I believe, it's kind of in some ways used BYD as a model. And you can see just how well it's worked for BYD. I mean, look at it this year. They have ramped up constantly. And last year, month after month after month, beaten their sales. The other thing they've been able to do, and the media, I don't know why the media have ignored this, but the media should be focusing on this fact. They've been able to go from being primarily an internal combustion engine company to being primarily an electric vehicle company within the space of a year. That's just unprecedented, absolutely unprecedented. And then, not only that, they just keep on ramping up. This year is going to be an amazing year for electric vehicle production. I've just reported on what is going on in China. They just smashed an all-time EV sales record in the month of June. No one predicted it, but seriously, electric vehicle deliveries in China and production in June were absolutely off the charts. Check out my video on that. You'll be just as surprised as I was, I imagine. If you're not, well, you're smarter than all of us, and congratulations to you. Thank you for watching the channel. Let's have an amazing week this week. You know what? The world's getting better every day, and it's just awesome to be alive right now. We're truly lucky. We won the lottery being alive right now. What a lottery. I mean, seriously, I was thinking about it. What are the chances that you and I are here now today, alive at this time in history, in the best time to be alive ever? No, it's so infinitesimally small. Let's celebrate. Let's be stoked that we won that lottery. Thank you for watching again. Thank you for subscribing. Stay awesome, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye, my friends.